I'm very interested in that, like how you can improve your health, and a lot of it is mental as well. A lot of it is down to controlling your thoughts. You can literally make yourself sick or make yourself healed with your own mind, you know, because everything is projected from the mind, and that's why controlling your thoughts, or first of all, to control them, you have to be aware of them. And by doing meditation, it slows you down and you start to be aware of these thoughts coming in, negative thoughts coming in. And you recognize it, oh, it's coming in, negative thought. Well, I'm not going to react to it. Whereas before, you wouldn't even know, you wouldn't even be conscious of what's motivating, what's making you react, what's making you behave the way you are, you know? So yeah, it's a great lifestyle for me out there, me and the wife, you know?
My wife.
And we didn't talk about the cannabis oil yet, so we're
We
going to
didn't.
do
So
that.
yeah, let's talk about that. Talk to me about cannabis oil. You touched on this last time, but tell me about your thoughts on that and cancer.
Yeah, well, the cannabis oil, and I understand when people first hear this sounds strange and unbelievable. And even me, I remember, I don't know, it was about, I've always smoked a bit of weed, and I know that it's beneficial for a lot of things, and I know that it's a super antioxidant, and it can delay a lot of diseases, age-related diseases, and it's huge benefits. I knew this, yeah. But I met a guy in Brazil, I think it was on the beach in Brazil, and he was like, yeah, it cures cancer as well. And I'm like, whoa, I like this stuff and everything, and it's cool, and I know it's got a lot of benefits, but that's taken a bit far. And then I started reading about it, and I read about this guy called Rick Simpson. I think he was from Canada, and he published a book and a movie about his experience. I don't know exactly, but he had some kind of illness, and he found this. He said, I didn't invent this shit. This recipe, this formula is thousands of years old. People used to use it before, and it's in all the old ancient texts from Egypt, from India. They used to call it different things, elixir of the gods, something that give you wisdom and give you health, and it was a drink that they had. Some guy wrote a book about it, and he's broken it down, and it's, you know, it's a form of cannabis. So what it is, THC is the active compound in a cannabis, psychoactive, that's the one that makes you high and gives you the munchies, all that, whatever. THC basically causes, if I pronounce it right, apoptosis of the cancer cell. So the cancer cell commits suicide, it just folds in on itself. And so it promotes the healthy cells and destroys the cancer cells without any side effects. But the problem is, it's not patentable. You can't patent it, yeah? It's from a plant, and it's cheap, and it's easy to make. I know personally 4 people, that I know that had cancer and they took cannabis oil, and literally the cancer cells just dissolve and go away, and then they go back to the doctors, their oncologists, and they're like, oh wow, I'm amazed, it's a miracle. No, it's not a fucking miracle. Yeah, THC cures cancer, and it's not like maybe, or maybe in some people, as far as I can see, it's just, unless somebody's like got one day to live, it works. Even people with stage 4 terminal lung cancer are now surviving.
Do you think it's similar to like pharmaceutical companies that don't want anything to do with the psychedelics because it's a plant medicine, you can't patent it, and we've got all these
Exactly.
opiates?
Well, there's a company in UK, can't remember the name of them, but they invested a lot of money in finding a cannabis-like drug
Okay.
to do something, but if they've got to change the structure. You can't patent the fucking plant and the THC, so they've got to try and do something different. And guess what? They invested all the money, and it doesn't work. Why don't just take it's ready, it's working.
Right.
Because they can't patent it, they can't make any money from it. So they've got no interest in that. That's just the way the industry is. It's not black and white. It doesn't mean that everyone that works in the pharmaceutical industry is conspiring and evil. But, you know, if you're in an industry, why are you going to promote something that's going to make you lose money or lose your job? Why would you do that?
Yeah, I had a guest in here named Anita Morjani, and she was just inundated with cancer, a really low body weight, and she just had this kind of transformational mental experience that kind of brought her out of it. And she was actually cured, and she later just talked about the mentality, and she thought it was a mental change, and she thought she brought on the cancer in many ways mentally. And that was
that's
kind of
I think most
the thought,
diseases are somewhat brought on mentally, and you need to change. But here's something that really physically works as well.
Right.
You know, so a combination of having the right mindset and the right nutrition, you know, getting oxygen to the cells through various means, the cancer cell can't survive. So it's not, you know, you've got to get rid of this fear. If you get cancer, you can get rid of it, you know.
good. Well,
Continue watching this fascinating conversation for free by clicking on the link below to visit our website, learn from the best minds in the world, and connect with a community of passionate people building the best versions of themselves. Just click on the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.